मेरे को दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है.
Of course. You're the...
मैं उधर आके हाई कर दूंगी.
No, you're the piece de resistance in the video. Hello, my flavor-loving lovelies. I know it's kind of late in the day and you're like, what is up with her? Why is she going live? Well, one, because I can. And two, because I wanted you to come in and see what we are making in our kitchen. So we have a hungry kid on our hands right now. And both of us moms, hello, Jasmine. We thought we should actually make some Asian food because that's her favorite. And we decided to start with whatever was in our fridge and our pantry. So I had some soba noodles, which you can see I've already tried to get a head start by boiling them. Hello, Kim. Happy New Year. Oh my God, where you been? Hi, Kina. So we are making soba noodles because I'm gluten-free. That, my darlings, is my baby sister. She's my cousin from California who is visiting.
Not baby anymore, though.
Not a baby anymore, but yeah, you know, we're about a year apart.
Baby of the family, though.
Yeah, she's the youngest one in the family. So on my father's side, she was the last of our cousins, after which my father and his siblings decided to close shop. Yeah. They're like, all right, we hit the lotto with this one. No need to keep trying anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and drain these noodles. We're going to do a tofu dish. Hello, Feroz. Now you can't complain that you're at work. No. And if you're still at work, my brother, you need to get a life. Okay, so we are quickly draining these soba noodles. They tend to get a little sticky and starchy, but don't mind. Keep doing your thing. Let them drain. And you have to have them a little bit undercooked. I'm going to show you the trick of how do you know when your noodles are done. I mean, yeah, it's great to follow package instructions, but who the hell has time to read that? Okay, so I'll show you a really, really cool trick with which you can figure out whether your noodles are ready to go or not. Whenever you make any kind of noodles, here's how you know whether they're ready. Yes, I've missed you too. Oh, she's trying to do her swimming company. All right, so Kim is in the house. Shout out to everybody who's entrepreneurial. Baby, this is the year to fulfill your dreams. I know Feroz is entrepreneurial. I know Kim is starting her swimming company. My cousin over here owns a jewelry brand. They do some fantastic statement jewelry pieces from India. And I am here trying to teach you how to cook so y'all can be healthy and live long enough to enjoy all the things that you're creating with your entrepreneurial skills. So when you have noodles that you're boiling, how you would know if it's done or not is you will take it and you will flick it onto a counter. Tuck. Oh, shit. You are going to take it and flick it onto a counter. If it sticks, it's ready. You see that? That means it's ready. Thing with macaroni or any other kind of pasta, if it bounces, it's ready. If it sticks, it's not ready. Okay, now you know. All right, so we did waste a little bit of noodskis, but that's okay. We're gonna bring this pan right back. Hello, Faye. We are going to start with these noodles. I don't have too many vegetables in my fridge today. I had some cabbage, which I intend to make the most of. And now, as these noodles are cooling, I am going to add a little bit of olive oil. I want to start with a clean pan. In the meantime, I am going to prep the tofu. So we've already cut the tofu right over there. Rakshna, you want to bring it over so sure. They can see what it looks like?
I'm not sure if I did a good job in cutting it.
No, it's good. Whatever, as long as it got done and I didn't have to do it, it's good. So this is our tofu and we have cut it into little slabs like this. Okay, now I'm going to work on a marinade and she is going to actually marinate it. I'm just going to throw in all the seasonings so we can do a really good job at it. Now the kind of flavor profile that we are trying to go for is kind of not too spicy, not too sweet, but yet delicious and flavorful. So the first thing that goes in is some sriracha. Okay. Sesame oil to give it that nice smoky flavor. I am going to add a little bit of black soy sauce. You can use any kind that you have. This is the only one that I have in my house right now. Here goes. I will add a little tom yum paste. Pass me a spoon from that drawer. I should take out a couple of them because we're going to need them along the way. Thank you. So I'm using tom yum paste. You can use any kind of sauce that you have. If you have gochujang, use gochujang. If you have red chili, red bean paste, use that. If you have black bean paste, use that. If you have oyster sauce, use whatever the heck you've got. Just make it your own, right? So we're going to give it a stir. I will add some minced, chopped garlic and some chopped ginger. Not grated, not minced. Make sure it's chopped. And then to balance all of these spicy flavors, I am going to add some maple syrup. You can add any kind of sweetener. Just don't add honey because honey, when cooked on high heat, becomes toxic for your system. So I use maple syrup. You can use agave, whatever on earth you've got going on. Okay, so we're going to use this. I'm going to taste this. Oh, I'm so great, aren't I? Okay, so it is on the sweeter side. I will go ahead and add a little bit of peanut butter for that nice balance and for that creaminess. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Oh, I kid you not. The texture of the sesame, the smell, the aroma of the sesame oil is just so nice. Give it a gentle stir. If it bothers you too much and the peanut butter is seized up a little bit, add a few drops of hot water. Hold on. Okay, just add a few drops of hot water. Okay, this is the marinade. In this, we are going to roll all of the tofu blocks into here. Now make this your own. If you like it more spicy, add this. If you don't like it as spicy, don't add sriracha, add ketchup. So just remember to make it your own, okay? So we are going to drop in the tofu into here. This pan is nice and hot, so now we're gonna go into tossing the noodles together. Everything has to happen together so we can serve everything at the same time. So basically, if you have a pan that looks like if you have a bowl that looks like this, just toss it gently and then set it aside. Or you can just put the entire block. Rachna, you want to bring it over here and do it? Okay, come, because then I can get started on that. They can see both the things.
There you go.
Okay, so you keep doing your thing. Just push this over. All right. So now I hope you can see both these things happening. I'm going to get started. Yeah, of course I'm cooking barefoot. Like, I'm not cooking with my feet, but I usually don't wear shoes in my kitchen. Just a policy from childhood. I hardly ever wear shoes in my kitchen. Okay, so all the new people that are tuning in, hello. Sharisha Kandula is watching. Faye is watching, of course. Kim is here in the house. Yeah, I'm the barefoot queen. You've heard the show Barefoot Contessa. Now I'm the barefoot queen. Okay, queen of spices. You can see how beautifully she's coating everything. Just take your time to do all of that. I have freaking no onions in my house today. So we are just gonna go fly without that. I do have some scallions. Okay. So we are going to go with those. I'm going to save some for garnish. The pan is nice and hot. Rachna, you should move to that table so that you don't get burnt. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys got an idea. She'll finish it over there so that she doesn't get splattered from the oil that's keeping up from my wok. I'm going to get this. Time to put in the cabbage. Again, I have garlic. I have fresh ginger. It already smells so good in here.
I know it does.
Right? I'm telling you. Give it a stir. Let me know where you guys are watching from. She's saying she'd burn her feet because she's clumsy. Kim, if you burn your feet and you're clumsy, you can go and dunk yourself in the swimming pool because you're an ace swimmer. I unfortunately can't even I can't even float. So there would be nothing that I could do to save my ass, right? So yeah, you wear the shoes, you cook without them, you're going to be fine, sweetie. If I could swim like you, hell, my life would be different. Okay, so we've got this going. I'm gonna put a lot of cabbage. This is the only vegetable I have. If you have broccoli, if you have bell peppers, honey, don't be shy. Go ahead and add whatever veggies you have in your fridge, okay? And now I'm gonna crank up the heat all the way to high. We are not adding any salt at this point. Okay, so Kim says I should do a few of my favorite things video, my pots and pans. You know what? I probably should, because a lot of people ask me about my woks and they ask me about a lot of my gadgets. It's a really good idea, so I will certainly deliberate over it and I will do something to the tune of that. Now, using a wok at home 101. You know what time it is? It's time for pro tip of the day. Yay! Okay. Wok 101. If you have a flat wok like this, the first thing that you do is when you drizzle the oil, drizzle it along the walls so that it'll come down and it'll nicely heat up the wok from everywhere. Second of all, if it's flat, your basic work surface is literally the one that's right here in front of you. Okay? When you're done sauteing everything, even though it's called stir fry, we do need to give it the time that it needs to stay in contact with the wok so that it'll get charred. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn on my vent, otherwise my fire alarm is gonna go off. Okay, once you've done that, what you're gonna do is you are going to push this towards the back so that at all times you have a work surface. Okay, the heat is medium high. It's almost like dancing with a partner, like you have to give them the space that they need to move. Same thing with the wok. You have to have your work surface available to you so you can do your thing. Oh my God, look what a good job. This is what the tofu looks like right now. Okay, so we're gonna give it about maybe 5 minutes, if that. And then we're going to pan fry it, okay? Time to add a little more oil. Now what happens is you're gonna continue to do more work here and all of the vegetables in the back are going to keep getting charred. If you feel like it's burning, you are going to push your wok back. That's going to bring the burner directly under your work surface and bring the vegetables away from direct heat. You can also push it and make the pile higher, okay? So that's wok 101. The next thing that goes in is mushrooms. There's a beautiful umami that comes from using mushrooms. I might just saute them and I might split them into this and that. Feroza Sim is watching. Hello Feroza, and Raspreet Nain is watching. Welcome to all the new people that are tuning in. Drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. What is your favorite vegetable to use in your Asian cooking? Let me know in the comments below. And if anybody wants to learn Indian style Thai food, there is a Thai food class that I'm teaching this Sunday. It's on Zoom. It's a paid class. It's a cook along format. You will get recipes, you will get the ingredient list, and you will cook along with me. We are going to make rice paper rolls with a peanut dipping sauce. We will make tofu tom yum curry, and we will make basil fried rice. So do not get left out. Do not get left out. Hop on, send me a DM, or then go over to my Instagram. I have put a QR code on my Instagram feed, Queen's Curry Kitchen. Click on that QR code. It's going to take you directly to the registration page and we shall be all set. Now, bringing you back. Hello, Yagi! Welcome, welcome. So I have not yet added any salt, if you can see. I'm just going to leave these mushrooms to caramelize. Okay, the more you let your vegetables char and caramelize, the more flavorful your noodles are going to be. Just let them be exposed to the surface of the hot wok. Just gonna quickly check on my vegetables to see how much the color is changing. If that, we don't want the cabbage to wilt, but this is really great because it's away from direct heat. But I can definitely toss it over and see that all the other cabbage which is on top, which is kind of whitish and raw, should also get a char. And when I feel like I need to pull it over direct heat, you see how the color is changing? When I feel like I need to pull it over direct heat, I'm just gonna pull it in and I'm gonna crank up the heat again. Okay, so the mushrooms are doing their thing. In the meantime, I'm gonna turn on the other pan. So basically, in the time that it takes for you to see this video, we are going to make two dishes. One will be the soba noodle stir fry, and one will be the pan fried tofu with mushrooms. Okay, that's what we're going for. We will also make a Korean style cucumber salad. So everything hot and then a little bit of a cold salad to set off and balance everything. So while this pan is getting hot, let me show you what we do here. I'm going to bring Rachna in so she can keep adding the things that need to go in. Yep. Okay, so here's your bowl of... Okay, I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay, so you just focus on this. I will bring you the spoon. Can you give us a thumbs up if the camera angle is okay and you're able to see everything, you guys? Just say yes, we can see. All right. So this salad is a combination of, okay, let me just make sure the camera angle is good. Hello, Jamie. Oh, shit. What did that happen? It broke? Oh, yikes. Okay, my camera broke. So you know what? Never mind.
I can hold it.
We are two people. So let's make the most of it. Okay, yeah, we're all good. Now we are going to, now I have to hand hold my camera, which is fine. Okay, so this is your Persian cucumbers. Wash them really well. If they're a little bit too seedy and pulpy, you can always remove this. If not, you can let that be. I just have to pay attention to this right now because it's screaming for attention. I'm just going to give it a gentle, toss. You can see how the color is kind of changing a little bit. Now when that happens, you're going to bring your vegetables from the back and pull it forward. You see how the cabbage has charred? Do you see this char? You bring it in closer. You see how this is charred? That's the smokiness that we're going for, okay? So even though it's called stir fry, patience is the name of the game, you guys. Fast food is fast because it has no value. It has no nutrition. When you cook your food slowly and you cook with intention, it's always going to taste better than anything else, okay? So now we're going to do the same technique. We will push this back. And into here, we are going to now add our final thing. Oh shit, I was supposed to take out some mushrooms for the stir fry. Okay, never mind. It's all good. Okay, so just a little more oil. And what I am going to do is all this charring that you're seeing at the bottom of this pan, I am going to bring it together by deglazing it with soy sauce. It's going to kick up a lot of steam. Now remember, we haven't added any salt. Give it a good toss. Right? All of your vegetables are intact. They haven't fallen apart, and you can see this is not a very fine cut of cabbage and it's not a very thick cut of cabbage either, but it's going to be super duper flavorful. All right? With that being done, I'm going to go in and add my soba noodles to this. Well, it's still hot. And they tend to clump up a little bit, so if you can wash it with cold water, you should. If you can't, then you're just going to have to break it up in the pan. Okay, if you eat gluten, then use regular noodles. You can use spaghetti. You can use any kind of pasta. You can use rice noodles. Whatever makes you happy at the end of the day, honey, do that. Make it your own, okay? I'm going to get my kitchen shears and cut them up a little bit. They say not to cut the noodles because your longevity is kind of related to the length of the noodle, but you know what? I don't want any noodle strands hanging from my mouth. So that's just my story. Alright, so now I'm going to toss it. I'm going to bring it forward, and basically I'm trying to fry out the noodles. And you see, as soon as they hit the oil and the soy sauce combination, they will separate, but you can also literally just rake them and break them apart a little bit. You can use tongs. Toss it together. This is like a super duper easy recipe. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to make this for your family.
That is smelling really good.
It smells really good. Yeah, once with the mushrooms, it actually changes the whole profile of this stir fry noodles. And of course, who doesn't like a little color? So we are going to add a little color by adding some carrots and peas. Okay, there you go. Whatever frozen vegetables you have in your fridge, you can use that. This is what I had. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's the worst. A little more soy sauce. Some sesame oil, because that's what gives it that toasty, like miso kind of a flavor. So hell yeah. And one thing that you always want to balance in your Asian dishes is the sweet and the salty. So the umami that comes from the mushroom, balance it out with either a little bit of sugar. I like to use maple syrup, but honey, whatever you got, put it in there. Okay, that's that. My wok is really well seasoned, so you see that hardly anything sticks to the bottom here. I'm gonna taste it for salt, or maybe I'll tell Rachna to taste it for salt. And then I'm gonna add some black pepper to this, and I will add some cilantro. You can add some fried peanuts. You can also add some cashews, whatever you've got, you can basically just add that, okay? So here we are, it's done. When you buy noodles from like a takeout place, you don't know what kind of oil they are using. You don't know how fresh their ingredients are. But when you make it at home, it tastes infinitely better. You always have control over how much oil, how much fat is going into this dish, right? So just scrape the bottom. You don't want to leave it in the wok for too long. That's that. Rachna, can you just pick up a noodle and see if it's salty enough from the soy sauce? Or do I need to add salt? I'm just going to go and wash some cilantro strands. Okay. And then let's see your reaction on camera, so that everybody can tell.
Seeing my reaction on camera?
Yeah. I just need to know if it's salty enough, not salty enough.
So how do I do that?
Well, flip the camera. Oh, well, okay, hold on. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I'm... Can you guys see me?
Is it salty enough? Does it need salt? Doesn't need anything? Okay. So here's
So
all the
good.
cilantro that went in.
So good, oh my god.
And you know, there's no such thing as too much cilantro. If you want, you can add lemon juice for some tartness. That always works like a charm.
Oh, this is so good.
All right. So, okay, so we have successfully done a taste test. I'm going to move this guy out of the way. And we are going to jump to our next thing, which Rachna is going to make.
Thanks, Kim.
You're welcome.
Kim is saying beautiful ladies.
Thank you.
And mom is saying I'm hungry too.
We have nothing to do with our good looks. You have to blame it on our parents. I think they did something right.
Yeah.
And the stars were very beautifully aligned. So this is what we look like together. Right? So between the two of us, we're 100 years old. Literally, a little shy of 100, okay? All right, so that is already done. Bougie, you're hungry? Come on over. We miss you. All right, so this is gonna now go for the... No, you're gonna make the tofu, okay? So just a little bit of drizzling on the pan. Make sure it's super duper hot. We will add just a little bit of garlic. And now you're going to take them and put them down in the pan. I will reduce the heat so that you don't burn yourself.
So one by
Yeah,
one,
just one by one is fine.
Or just
Yeah, you can pour it. That's fine too. All right, so we're doing this with tofu. If you like paneer, you can do this with paneer. It'll work. Ideally, you should have some bell peppers in this. But you know what? If you don't have it, we still love you. It's all good. No one's gonna die. It's all good, literally. Ha. Treat for the eyes, both of you, and the food cooked by you. Yay, Bougie! When you come, we should do 3 of us, not 2 of us.
yes.
Okay, so that's that. Hold the camera. Let me prep more cilantro. So this is just going to cook. We're literally just braising it a little bit. You don't want to overcook this. You want to use the heat from the pan to really soften up the tofu and soak up the flavors. Okay, and a little bit of green, of course, goes a long way. I wanted to use some broccoli from my fridge, but I just did not. It didn't look too good, so I
That
decided
thing is looking
absolutely.
so tempting on live. Look at that. Look
It
at that.
really is. Yay, you
That's
guys!
beautiful color.
You know, I cook a lot and I cook all the time, but it's so special to cook with your sisters, to cook with your family. It's just so much fun. I mean, I cannot even tell you. And we never used to cook together as children because
Yes.
our moms always took. So her mom and my mom were always in charge of the kitchen. Even if it was a big wedding or something, they were always in charge of feeding the kids. So we never really had to go into the kitchen and do anything. We were just
No.
pretty spoiled, actually.
We were so spoiled.
We were so spoiled, yeah. But it feels good, you know. It's like a full circle thing. Okay, so this is just going to cook down. And we are going to finish this with just a little bit of soy sauce. If you like this color, you can just leave it at that and you can let it... You're gonna reduce the heat and then just let it steam at residual heat. I'm gonna add a splash of water just to plump up the tofu so that it's not completely dry. Just a splash.
Kim is suggesting tell us a story.
Tell you a story. Okay, tell you a story. What kind of story? We have so many like dark stories from when we were kids.
Oh, does she want to know that? Like, oh my God.
Like a dark story from our shady past as kids. Like so secret that no one
Oh no, Kim. I was such a
So
sweetheart.
then flip the camera and talk to the camera. Let them see you. Oh, I found some basil. Yay! Look, I'm telling you, I always have shit in my fridge that I don't even know. Okay.
Yeah, do you remember any story?
No, you
want
tell-
to,
you tell
I don't remember except that I was the youngest, so
You
I
were
had,
most spoiled.
yeah,
So,
I have
so
one.
when she was a baby, she looked like a ball of whipped cream. Like she was totally milk skin color. And we were all, you know, the wheatish, like the ugly cousins. And she was the prettiest cousin. So I always felt like she got a lot of shit because she was so pretty. She could put her hand on anything. And oh, yeah, we have to do it for you. We have to do it for you. And I was like, what are we, like, chopped liver? Like, how come nobody pays attention to us? But her mom used to always pay attention to me, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. My dad used to always be such a... He had a soft heart for both of his sisters' children. But my aunt she was my sweetie pie.
Who was the worst influence? Of course, Nupur.
Yeah, me. No, wait. No. We had another aunt, okay? So my dad's older sister. And she would literally exploit us and say, oh, if you give me a hand massage, I'm gonna give you 5 pennies. If you give me a back massage, I'll give you 10 pennies.
My legs are hurting.
Can you stand on my legs and I'll give you 10 cents or whatever. And we used to fall for that shit every time.
Oh no, but we loved our aunt.
So we
loved our aunt.
And then after we would get the money, we would be like, my God, how much work does she make us do? So we would have pocketed the money and then we would still go ahead and criticize her. And next time again, she'd say, okay, who's coming? Oh, you know what? Next time she calls me, I'm not going to go. You also don't go. Okay, fine. Yeah, deal. Okay. 2 days later, she would say, oh, my back hurts. Who's coming? And everybody would run because we wanted to make the money. Like, we were so bad. We never kept any promises. But we loved each other dearly.
We had to.
Every summer, we would just hang out with each other. My aunt would come to New Delhi. And my grandmother was still alive. So we would eat all the good foods from the street. My mom would make good food at home. Oh, and my aunt is an amazing baker. So, you know, back in the day, they used to have that big oven that used to be plugged in. It was like an aluminum, like a box.
Like a peep through from the top.
Yes, so we would.
Kim is asking who was the person you could get away with stuff with.
No, wait. Okay, my dad. My dad, he was such a sucker for, like, you know, the puppy dog face that Rachna would make all the time. I didn't do it. I swear. So she used to call my dad Mama, which means brother of mom. And she would say, no, but I didn't do it. And he's like, okay, leave her. She's too young. She doesn't know.
She's a baby. She's the baby.
Wait, she's only a year younger than me. How come I cannot get away with shit? But he had a soft corner for these girls anyway.
So whenever my uncle used to come back from office, he would get a handful of candies for all 4 of us.
He always had goodies and candies.
And then every time he would come, the moment he entered the house, I would run to the kitchen and get him a glass of water, and he was like, oh, all the candies. Rachna is getting all the candies because she only thought about me.
Yeah. He would get some good service, but then we would Okay, so this is ready to get plated. So I'm actually
nice,
plating this.
nice.
You want to taste it? Rachna, taste it on camera. Flip the camera and taste it.
Oh my
But
god.
it's super duper
And
hot.
I'm not sure over here. How do I flip it?
No,
Oh.
just, there's like a button, so just flip it. Yeah, okay.
Oh my
so
god.
blow on it and eat it. It's super duper hot, so be careful. You didn't even blow on it. Is it good? Yeah, silky, right?
Silky, a little bit of spicy.
It needs
Yeah,
spice.
no, it is
okay.
really good.
Yeah, because the sriracha. So once you let it cook
That's
out,
really
it actually
good, guys.
dries up
Really
all
good.
of the unnecessary liquid, and then everything sticks to the tofu, right? So don't overcook your tofu. You can serve this individually. You can serve it as an appetizer. You can also serve this as a cold appetizer. Like right now, of course.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a really good cold appetizer, and you can serve it with a stash of lettuce leaves. So people can just wrap them in lettuce leaves and kind of chop them down with a nice dipping sauce. Okay, so we have this. It's already done. I am going to add maybe a couple of more. I don't think the basil kind of did anything. Did it? I don't think you can taste it, right?
Basil, yeah, I couldn't taste the
You can
basil
do-
too
okay, I'm
much.
gonna sprinkle some Chinese 5-spice powder. And this is, I mean, I'm not gonna call it Chinese, I'm not gonna call it Korean, I'm not gonna call it anything because I
like
don't
a-
even know
it's
what
like
it
a-
is. It's just Asia in a pot, man. That's what it is. Like, love it or
Yeah.
leave it.
Kim is giving an idea. Maybe an idea is to really sear the tofu before you add the rest of the marinade.
I mean, then you know when the tofu won't even take on the color as much. If you use firm tofu, that can work.
But then,
But not with
but
this
then the tofu would have stayed intact, right? Like in this one, it ended up breaking a little
But
bit.
that's what you want. You want the jiggly quality of the
Ah,
tofu.
okay, okay.
Otherwise, cut it into bigger blocks and then
Yeah.
pour the marinade over. But I just don't like the rawness of tofu, so I like to cook it out. But if you use firm tofu or extra firm tofu, it could totally work.
Okay.
I am going to use a little bit of the Chinese 5-spice powder. This is what it looks like.
Mom is saying, why didn't you take me with you?
I'm telling you, Buju, you should have come, honey. There was no reason for you to stay behind. This
Okay, what
way
is
too
that?
much fun.
What is that?
Chinese 5-spice powder. Okay.
This is about to die.
Oh, battery's about to die. Okay, so we are going to wrap up really quickly because my battery's about to die.
Kim is asking, is it medium tofu?
Yes, this was a
Yeah.
medium firm. Yeah,
Yeah.
medium.
Medium
And
firm.
I'm going to put little cilantro. If you have scallions, you can put that. Again, if you're making it for a party and serving it as a cold appetizer, make it a day ahead of time and then leave it in the fridge. The flavors really get into the tofu and taste really, really good. And if you want to make it into a soup or a curry, like, include a little more liquid and you'll be fine, okay? Now I'm going to add some sprouted mung beans for texture.
Oh, that's
And
an interesting
that's
idea.
about it. Yeah, pretty much. Can you taste the sesame on this, or should I put a little more sesame oil?
I really liked it.
You liked it
Yeah.
just the way it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is number 2 done. I am going to plate the soba noodles as well, so that we can have everything together. And I will make the cucumber salad on the side, so that before my battery dies, I would have covered everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So this
do
is
you want to
our-
do you want to get me? Do you know where the charger?
That's upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah. So really don't have a charger here, but okay. So this is my soba noodles. I am going to top it with more mushrooms and carrots. So it's like a nice and colorful presentation. So my lovelies, when I put it here, take a screenshot so that we'll have that to put on the recap of the recipe. I'm going to hand pick some carrots.
Get the comments.
Yeah, read the comments.
Kim is sending you love
No, without
and
them.
hugs and kisses.
Thank you, Kim. So these are our 2 items. We made a
I don't know how to take the screenshot.
yeah. Just press
Okay.
the 2. All right, you're good. So we have soba noodles, stir fry, and then we have the tofu. I'm gonna quickly tell you what we're going to do for the salad. I don't know if we have time to make it or not, but we'll try. Okay. So this is your cucumber. Add all the garlic that you have. This is about
That was one clove.
one whole
clove.
clove of a large garlic. I have some garlic left over here. I'm gonna add that. And if you have red onions, add some sliced onions. If you don't have it, that's fine. Some scallions right there. I'm using scallions because I ran out of onions. Okay. Next thing that goes in is sesame oil. This will get a hint of soy sauce because you don't want this salad to be super dark. This is the kind of salad that you get if you go to like a dim sum place and they give you a little salad on the side. This is that salad, yeah. Just a little squirt of sriracha. Again, if you don't like heat, then stay away from the sriracha. And of course, we are going to add maple syrup. You can add honey, you can add sugar. This is quite a sweet salad if you ask me. If you've eaten it at the dim sum places, that's what it tastes like. Okay, we're gonna give it a toss. And it really is the balance of the sweet and the salty. So give it a good toss. And I'm just trying to go as fast as I possibly can.
I know.
So that the camera doesn't die.
Yeah.
I am gonna add a little, like just a hint of salt. Right? And then of course, you know who our taster is for the day. It's Miss Rachna, Miss Rachel. The Indian Rachel.
The Indian Rachel.
Okay, now it's time for the moment of truth. And she shall be tasting it. So there you go. Yeah.
Fresh.
All right, so no effort at all. And this lasts.
That is good.
That lasts in the fridge for about 4 to 5 days, and if you have enough sesame oil, it might even last for an entire week. You can serve this absolutely chilled and it tastes really good. It brightens up all of the heavy taste of the sauces, etc. So that, my lovelies, is a wrap for today. Before our battery dies, we should actually very politely say goodbye to you so that you don't feel like we abandoned you, which clearly is not our intention. But here we have everything that we made today. Thank you for coming to our live. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you have not signed up for the Thai food class, it's this coming Sunday at noon EST. All the information is on my Instagram page, Queen's Curry Kitchen. If you can't find it, please send me a DM. I'll be happy to send you the registration information. You will get all the ingredients. You will also get a list of the recipe cards that you can hold on to and make it whenever you want. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and this is what I look like with all the food. So we're now going to serve Rachna's daughter and get her seal of approval on what we made.
I think she's gonna love it.
I hope so. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Other than breaking this dang camera arm that I damaged, we are all good. So yes, Kim, love you.
We survived and
we survived, and so did you. So everybody did okay. Everybody's going to live, and after this food, if I post tomorrow, that memeans we lived after eating this food as well. Thank you, Anju. Thank you, Booji. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Mama Ji. Thank you. Let's see who else is here. Oh my God. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Savita. Please share this video. Let more people join this tribe so that more flavor lovers can join this group. We are up to 5,000 people in this family of Queen's Curry Kitchen.
God.
Yes.
Very
And I don't even know when it happened, but it happened and it's all organic. Hello, Sumit. Come on over if you want some Soba Noodles. He's my neighbor from the next building and he is quite a foodie. Everything is vegetarian. So whoever's hungry, just come on over, baby. Thank you so much, Raspreet. Thank you, Yegi, if you're still here, for Rosa. All of you guys, if you can share the video, I would be so greatly indebted to you. Sarisha, Reena, thank you. We will see you soon in another video. Be blissful, be flavorful. Right now, it's time to eat. Bon appetit and good night. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. This is my sister. Say hi to her. Say bye to her. I hope I can bring her on another live tomorrow, okay? If you enjoyed her company, tell her to come back tomorrow. See you guys.
I'm great in chopping, so she better call me tomorrow.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a great whatever's rest of the week, whatever's left, and then don't forget to eat a good homemade meal. You're never too far away from that. All right.
Yes.
Time to take this to my niece and her daughter and get the seal of approval. Catch the video. Don't forget to register for the Thai class this coming Sunday at noon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.